Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Alicia and on this channel I talk all things luxury, life and fashion, so if you're interested, please stick around. Today I have a sneaker related review for you guys, and I think this is actually the first sneaker review on my channel, so let's get into it. These are a pair of sneakers that I picked up in August of 2020. They are Christian Louboutin, and Christian Louboutin, at least in the heels kind of space, they make some of the most uncomfortable heels on the market. That being said, heels as a generalization are uncomfortable. If you ever hear me use the word comfortable, I'm referring to like high heels in a category, but compared to like sandals and like flats and sneakers, heels are never comfortable. That being said, I kind of went into this with the assumption that it didn't matter if the heels were uncomfortable, that sneakers were meant to be shoes that are worn. They're for walking, they're for doing errands, they're for running around. Spoiler alert, these shoes do none of those things. Now, if you go back to some of my first review videos, I went the whole 9 yards. I admittedly have kept all the bags and all the boxes from everything I've bought, but I know for a fact that there are like half a dozen boxes inside the Christian Louboutin box, so we're not getting the box and bags for that today, but I will show you the dust bags and spare parts that it came with once I show you the shoe itself. Here they are. These are the Christian Louboutin loose spikes women's sneakers in Antoinette, and they were $1,395 at the time of purchase. Now, something that is worth mentioning is that this specific color, based simply on the fact that I bought this like 3 years ago, this color is no longer available, but I know this silhouette is still being made by Christian Louboutin. So if this is a silhouette that you like, but you want it in a slightly more neutral color like white, or you even want it in a different pattern, because they do variations that don't have the spikes on the front, but we will go into the shoes in a little more detail later in the video. These are the dust bags you get. You get 2 dust bags, 1 for each shoe. I don't know if that's a generalization with Christian Louboutin that you get 2, but these shoes are definitely on the larger side, so I can understand getting 2 dust bags. That being said, I've traveled with these shoes once. I didn't actually wear them when I traveled with them, but I have traveled with them once, and you can stuff both shoes into one dust bag. So you don't really need to use both, but you can if you want. Moving on to spare parts. These are the spare parts that I'm referring to. This is a set of laces in here. I'm not going to take them out because there's nothing imaginative about shoelaces. In this bag, they have a couple spikes. Actually, I think it's like 3 or 4. So there's 4 in here. I'm going to take 2 out. I don't even know how I'm going to show you these, but these are effectively like the little spikes that are on the front of the shoe. So you get 4 of them. I've never really thought about how you would actually get these replaced, but I guess you could always take it to Christian Louboutin and they could do it, or you could take it to like, I've forgotten what they're called, that place that you go to get your shoes fixed. A cobbler. Like, you could always take it to your cobbler and they could probably do something with it, but yeah, those are the spare parts and dust bags that you get. Back to the shoes. So I can't actually find the exact breakdown of the material composition of these shoes online because they are 3 years old, but I'm going to try and describe them the best way possible I can to you. So it's not going to be like the official like, oh, it's this much cotton and it's this much suede and this much leather, but what I can tell you is there are definitely a lot of materials involved. So this is the inside of the shoe. Okay, this is more like a plasticky material. This is definitely plastic. This kind of gives me like straw vibes, and then this is suede. So I definitely would say not the most weather resistant pair of shoes on the planet either. Now, moving on to the front, we have the spikes, and underneath the spikes we have this like plastic material here. It's the exact same material as the hard plastic on the back. And then we have the laces here Obviously, we've got a white sole and then we've got the red bottom. Now, if you are someone who owns their heels, this is a different type of red bottom because it's not painted on. This, as far as I'm aware, does not actually scratch or fade. It has a little bit of like grip to it, but not a lot of grip. It's got some sort of writing that's been like stamped here, and I actually have no idea what it says. Okay, you know what? I worked it out. It says Louboutin, but I think they both say Louboutin. So it's not like one says Christian and one says Louboutin. They just both say Louboutin. The inside of the shoe now is a bit of like a leather material. It's definitely not the most malleable. Like it's not I don't think it's a soft leather. It's definitely on the harder side. I feel like certain parts of the shoe, it almost feels like it's cardboard and they've kind of just stuck it all on top of cardboard and you're kind of left just with somewhat of a very hard to walk in shoe. When it comes to sizing for this particular pair of shoes, I did something that I probably definitely would not do now, and that is take a pair of shoes in a size that wasn't mine. Let me explain. So when I finally did come across this pair of shoes, it was no longer available in my size online, and I went in store as well and they didn't have it in my size. About 3 or 4 months later, I found it in David Jones, and David Jones in the city has a Christian Louboutin store, and they were carrying it in a size 34.5. Now I wear a size 34 pretty true to size, and I decided then and there that that was going to be the closest I was going to get to my size, and I bit the bullet and bought it. Was it a good idea? Not really. And even though it was only like half a size, because it's a 34.5, you can feel that difference. That half size, you can feel in the shoe so much, to the point where it was like a little off-putting already to put on those shoes, because they're not a snug fit. They don't fit tight. They don't fit well. They're kind of a little bit loose and like floppy on the end. So I feel like automatically right off the bat, when I was like styling an outfit, that was an instant deterrent for me. So if I do buy another pair of Christian Louboutin sneakers, I'm definitely not sizing half up, one up. I'm like taking a 34, and if they don't have a 34, tough luck. Moving on, let's discuss a little bit of the comfort of these shoes and where my recommendation of, or where my opinion of that they're not comfortable comes from. So sneakers are designed generally, in my opinion, as everyday shoes. They should be shoes that you can run errands in, that you can go out shopping in, that you can go for walks, strolls, or just spend hours in. And these shoes do not do that for me. So going out in public, I've probably worn them between half a dozen to a dozen times. That doesn't mean I haven't tried to break them in at home. I've actually worn these shoes a copious amount around the house, kind of hoping that I can turn it into a pair of shoes that I can wear out more often, and it just doesn't seem to be happening. I'm like blistering, I'm trying to put like silicone pads, and things just don't stay where I want them to. And because of how expensive these shoes are, I'm not going to go and stick any sort of silicone pad in there, because I know you can buy silicone pads that have like a sticky side, and you like, it's just like a permanent fixture to the shoes, and that's just not something I'm willing to do. So based on the fact that in my head they're not serving the purpose of sneakers, just kind of doesn't do it for me. Like, I buy heels with the knowledge that they're gonna be uncomfortable, that I'm gonna wear them for like 4 or 5 hours, I'm going out to a dinner. I don't think I should be treating sneakers like they are heels, and quite frankly, I have heels that I would prefer to spend 6 hours in over spending 6 hours in these sneakers. Like, it's just not what I want out of a pair of sneakers. That being said, I have friends who have Christian Louboutin sneakers. I don't know the name of the silhouette, but I will insert a photo of them, and I've been told that those particular shoes are really, really comfortable and they're amazing in, and some of my friends even have like 2 or 3 pairs of them. So I am leaning towards trying those out, but I definitely think I'm gonna stay away from the high tops for a little while at least. Another thing that makes these shoes such like hard to wear pieces, if we remove the like comfort factor from it, is actually styling them. These are sneakers that I've never worn with a skirt, and I've never worn with dresses, and I don't think I ever will get to a point where I can style them with either. But also when I do wear them with pants, it's like a very like narrowed niche. So I will only wear them with pants, and only with jeans, and only with wide leg jeans. And I think I own 2 pairs of wide leg jeans in my closet, and that just means that there's not many options when it comes to styling this. I think wide leg jeans to me are the better option. I like kind of like that overflow over the top part of the shoe, so you can still see the bottom half but not the high top section of it. And then also, I don't do it with skinny jeans because I'm like, it just looks weird tucked into like things. So I don't get a lot of use out of it, purely based on the fact that it doesn't fit in with items in my closet. That being said, I think if I found the right clothes to wear it with and I could break them in, key factor, if I can break them in, I definitely think I would love wearing them because I love the way that they look. That's one of the things that I gravitated towards when I first picked out this pair of shoes, and it's the way that it looked, and it was like a standout statement piece, and I still love that about it, which is I think one of the primary reasons why I haven't bitten the bullet and sold it online yet, because I definitely think I would be able to kind of just get rid of it that way and just sell it on a third-party seller website, or even just sell it myself through like Depop or something. That is all I have for this review. There are a couple other pairs of sneakers I may review in the future, but for now, that is it. If you have any comments, questions, or queries, please feel free to leave them down below. If not, I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are. Bye!